And we'll continue with our next speaker of the morning. Anila Hussain was born and raised in Karachi, the cosmopolitan business and fashion hub of Pakistan. Since her childhood, she's been very determined, sporty and full of enthusiasm with a strong will to do and achieve something. She's a trained AMI and Pan-American Montessori educator and has been operating for over 14 years. Anila has won many medals and trophies as best athlete at a national level. Having strong roots in the East, she is well aware of the challenges that a girl comes across in her life in a traditional society. Armed with her sensitivity, her enterprise and her resolve, Anila is now committed to using her Western education and free thought to help empower people around her. Anila has been living in Switzerland for over 13 years and is currently busy in promoting her enterprise by engaging with like-minded people across the globe and bridging the gap between East and West and merging two ethnicities and cultures as well as passions and professions. And today you'll see her, she looks splendid, and she's in an outfit designed by herself, by her sister Shenila Ali, who's here with us today, and by her friend Sid Hart. So please welcome Anila. Enjoy it, darling.
All women dream, but only the strongest dare to make their dreams come true. They have the courage to turn their difficulties into opportunities, their weaknesses into strength, and their doubts into certainty. Every woman has a story. My story has Eastern roots and Western wings. I was born and raised in Karachi, known to many as glamorous city of lights, a glittering metropolis on the Arabian Sea coast, a melting pot of diverse cultures, people, and fashion hotspot to boot. I believe that everyone shares their story. Today, I'm going to share the story, the girl who comes from East and lives in West. As a child, I've always dreamed of doing something different and unique, something that would benefit others. I wanted to be a trend setter, not a trend follower. I have 3 siblings, 1 elder sister and 2 younger and very mischievous brothers. I love them all dearly, but while growing up amongst them, I had always felt inferior because I had darker skin than them. The culture I grew up in puts the terrible pressure on the families, and especially on the girl, if she has darker skin complexion. You and I both know, parents give unconditional love and support to their children to overcome life's many difficulties and hurdles. I've been blessed to receive boundless love from my parents. They made me feel beautiful. With their love and support, I got the strength to overcome life's many difficulties and hurdles. I fought to become a woman I'm now. From a girl going to school, to university, to college, and leaving my parents after getting married. Neither of my parents finished their education. My mother's academic ambition were ended when she got married at the age of 19. She was busy raising children and household responsibilities. My father, on the other hand, he was taking care of his 14 siblings because his own father passed away at very early age. He got married at the age of 24. Both my parents dreamed of giving their children everything that they didn't have, especially the gift of education and freedom of choice. When I became a teenager, I became aware of the inequality that surrounded me. I remember leaving school for the day, looking at the less fortunate girls standing outside, looking at us. I felt bad for them, and I asked myself, why don't they go to school, wear new uniforms, have new bags? After finishing my studies in all-girls school, I decided to do commerce in co-educational college. It wasn't an easy decision for my parents, especially my father, because the culture, all the parents, they are worried to put their girls to study with boys. But I assured them that I would manage. Today, I feel blessed that they were understanding and accepting of my decision. With their love and support, I got the faith, the strength, the courage to achieve whatever I set out to do. Their example, in particular my mom, instilled a sense of adventure and willingness to experiment within me. She gave me a forward-thinking attitude, an attitude that still motivates me today and brings me to the mission of ShenAnnz. On one hand, it's a business venture. On the other hand, it is so much more. The idea of ShenAnnz started in 2002 while I was sitting with my sister in the lounge, thinking of what we can do something meaningful with our lives and careers. We wrote down our ideas and our dreams and created a name, ShenAnnz, which reflected our identities, our cultures, our passions. ShenAnnz, a combination of first two names, Shenila, Anila. But that's all we had, just a name. Nothing happened. In the same year, in 2002, I got married to a wonderful man, Noman. And I came to live in Switzerland with him. He introduced me to his community, which belonged to diverse cultured people and religion. This opened up my mind and made me accepting of others. Initially, I thought I would never be able to finish my studies like my mom. But he encouraged me to do so. He enrolled me to do a Montessori education in 2004. It was the first time I attended a school where I could learn with kids. My father-in-law, he helped me finding my first job. It wasn't easy for me, being a mother of one child. And guess what? After finishing my studies, I got to know that that degree is not acceptable in Switzerland. I was demotivated. I lost hope. But I didn't give up. I again enrolled myself in 2010. And with my husband's love and my mother-in-law's support, I got my degree in 2011. Thank you. As I was busy with my life and career, my sister pursued her career as a fashion designer. Her path wasn't easy either. Being a mother, a wife, and a full-time student. On top of that, living in a culture where men are considered superior to women, where it is believed that men should be the only breadwinners, while women should stay at home looking after the family. I remember the day when she decided to do something for herself. She broke the chains of household chores, and she did something unusual. She secretly joined a fashion school. Sleep sleeping 4 hours a day, being a student, a mother, and a wife. Her life was like a roller coaster. Yet through all this, she proved herself to be a true fighter, a warrior, an inspiration to all those women who draw strength from their inner voices to do something, to achieve something which they cannot, either due to lack of support at home or social pressure. Today, she is a gold medalist fashion designer sitting amongst us. 13 years have passed since we had that original talk. Until one day on 4th of October 2013, I attended a conference with my husband, EBBF. Some of you may know what it stands for. Ethical Business, Building the Future. I attended a workshop which was how to create your dream enterprise. We were asked to pitch our ideas to a group of people who would vote on the best one. My idea was to create trend-setting East meets West fusion garments for women, by women. Guess what? My idea got most votes, and that was the catalyst. I got on the phone with my sister the same day, and I asked her to join me on that platform to share our vision with the world. But it took her 1 year to finance herself to come and stand right beside me on that same platform. And on 5th of October 2014, ShenAnnz was officially born. Our desires merged, mine as a Montessori teacher and my sister's as a fashion designer, in hope of bridging the Eastern and Western cultures and societies. We want to create a sustainable business that serves a higher purpose. We want to provide sustainable livelihood for families and offer their children a Montessori education. The foundation of ShenAnnz stands on 4 pillars. The first pillar is to create the goodwill in the society through the avenue of our fashion enterprise. I take off this belt, which is a symbol of captivity, control, confinement. ShenAnnz seek to be a stepping stone for women who have the will to become free from social injustice. We seek to provide these work opportunities for men and women and give them the livelihood and connect them with our community. The second pillar is creating sustainable livelihood for their families and making them financially independent. This belt symbolizes the age-old bonds of old-fashioned and primitive thinking. ShenAnnz seek that all the women who have the will to come out and to do something for themselves, we give them the work opportunities from their home or in our factories. The third pillar is creating the equal opportunities for all and freedom of choice. I take off this belt, which is a symbol of chains of barriers. To fire up the engine of prosperity among the underprivileged households require a greater deal of women's participation in an economic activity. The social challenge is to create that ambience, that atmosphere for women who have the will to work with men with dignity. Where she comes out from the shadow of oppression and chooses the life she wants to lead. Finally, the fourth pillar is to break the chains of oppression and poverty through sustainable and equitable prosperity. This bell symbolizes the freedom, the celebration of style and fashion. This way, we make ShenAnnz, you make ShenAnnz, the champion of women's freedom and emancipation, and connect her with our community. My life's 4 pillars are my parents, my husband, and my sister. Unfortunately, they are not here right now with me, but I would like to invite my husband and my sister to join me right now. Please come. Thank you. This way, we make the woman believe that she can break the chains of yesterday into accessories in fashion. Just like the wind, my sails continues, and the journey of ShenAnnz continues. It's a journey like no other. It's a journey which is spanning now Eastern continents and Western cultures together. It's a journey that I began along with my sister, and it is turning out to be adventure. I invite you all to come and join the ride. Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you.
Congratulations. And the 2 little gentlemen at the front here that have been filming furiously, who are they?
My son.
Well, boys, up you come.
And she's got it. Super thanks, just checking.
And sorry, 1 second, can we take a picture of the family while they're all together on stage?